Lakers season has not gotten off to a good start. They've lost 2 straight, but they'll be back at home to face the Mavs tonight. One problem might be the inconsistent rotation. And in the last 2 games, Lonzo has started, but Rondo has played more minutes. Right now, the Lakers have 9 players averaging at least 20 minutes per game. That's including Kuzma, Josh Hart, Lance, and KCP. So, Shannon, which players should close the game with LeBron?
I'm going to go LeBron, Lance Stevenson, Ingram, Lonzo, Hart, Kuzma, based on the matchup. I believe that's the way to go, Skip, because those guys, with this lineup, you can switch absolutely every single position. Everything. 1 through 5, you can switch it. Now, that means LeBron or Ingram was probably going to have to play the 5 if Hart's on the court. Now, if Kuzma's on the court, they're probably going to force Kuzma to play. Now, if it's the last 2 minutes, LeBron, obviously, like he did against Denver, he's going to take Jokic, or if they play in Portland, he's going to take Nurkic. Yeah. He's going to take the bigger of the guys if it's the last 2 minutes. But say 5 minutes, that's the lineup I would go with, Skip. It's time to, look, you say this is not a one-year thing. This is something long-term for LeBron. Well, LeBron needs to see, you need to see what you have in these young guys, and when the rubber needs to meet the road, what do I have? Yep. And you can't find that out with Lonzo sitting on the bench and Rondo playing. You can't find that out with this other line, with KCP on the floor and these other guys on the bench. It's time to see if these guys can handle the fire, because you're going to have to make a decision. I understand a lot of people think LeBron came here, you know, he wanted to be in LA, he got 2 homes, the weather, blah, blah, blah. LeBron James is about winning back. Ball player, his job is to win games. Not only win games, compete for a title. He needs to see what these guys are capable of doing when they're forced into a fire. In the last couple of minutes of a ball game is when these guys. So we need to find out, Skip. We need to find out if Lonzo gonna be the guy. You're not going the next 5-6 years with Rondo. You need to find out what you got with Lonzo. So put him in there. Okay. It's time to see.
Okay, so that's the lineup that would max your chances to win that basketball game, to close with that lineup, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to repeat this again. The great news, not the good news, but the great news for these Lakers is they could have won all 5 of the games they lost. All 5. So not once have they been out of a game, except I thought they were out of the Denver home game with 6:55 left. They fall down 8 points. And who stole that game back for him? Lance did. He scores 8 straight points with LeBron on the bench. Obviously, I want LeBron on the floor, but I need a little more from him, because I keep saying, like, the emperor has no clothes, as in C-L-O-S-E, because the emperor hadn't been closing so far. And I don't know, there's chemistry issues like, who do I trust? Who do I vibe off of? Who do I play off of?
Well, I don't want him dominating the game. Because, Skip, there's no use, because these guys are never going to grow up if he doesn't trust them enough to pass them the ball and to let them make plays for themselves also.
So I'm with you on Lonzo. I want him to close. I don't care if it's the last 4 minutes, 7 minutes, whatever it is. I need him to take it home. Because I love the way he vibes with LeBron, because they're the 2 highest basketball IQs on this team, maybe in the whole league. LeBron for sure. Lonzo's up there with a lot of basketball IQs. And I love the way they feel of each other and play off each other under pressure. In the end, Rondo's a solo act. I don't care what you say. He's going to make plays on his own, and LeBron can play off the ball. But I just don't love their connection on the court, even though I know LeBron thinks Rondo has a very high basketball IQ, but he does, but it's a solo. Lonzo is in awe of getting to play with LeBron, so he's going to keep connection with him, like both eye contact and just like a soulful contact. He just gets him and he honors him, right? I don't know that Rondo honors anybody but Rondo. He's just going to try to make the right basketball play.
Lonzo did admit he needs to stay more engaged
I got
when he's
that.
on the court.
But here's the thing about Lonzo that I've seen so far this year. He's made 2 big clutch threes, and I trust Lonzo Ball in the big moments even more than I do in the little moments. The little moments he needs to stay engaged in, but when the money's on the table, down the stretch when he's in the game, he's pretty locked in. And I'm going to say it again. He is the best on-ball defender of the bunch because he's so long and he's so skilled and savvy.
Good,
he has
quick
good
hands.
instincts, and he's going to disrupt. And again, I wanted to see him on Jimmy Butler down the stretch the other night. You said he was so hot because he was crazy hot. Maybe it wouldn't have mattered, but I still think if you get that long arm and hand up, maybe it bothers him a little more than little Rondo could have bothered him on the dagger shot, the three-point shot. So Lonzo needs to be in there for nothing else, just because the future is now.
Yeah.
It's now. And I don't know what LeBron's voting here behind the scenes. He's surely having some input with Magic and Pelinka and ultimately Luke about who does LeBron want on the floor. But I want Kyle Kuzma on the floor for the whole fourth quarter because he's just fearless, man. He takes and makes big shots. And LeBron got it to him late in the clock the other night, but he wasn't afraid to go up. He just didn't have a shot. And all of a sudden, Taj Gibson's all over him and blocked the shot. But I want him on the floor. And then I'm with you on Lance. He played 0 at Minnesota in the fourth quarter. That can't happen. No. He's their lightning rod. He's their microwave. He just comes in. It's just like instant offense, and it can be instant defense. Right. And I know he overplays and gambles, and he goes for steals. He disrupts like crazy on both offense and defense. Well, you want to talk about fearless. Now, he'll make fearless mistakes, but I still want him in there because good things will keep happening with him on the court. Does LeBron love playing with him?
I think he does.
I don't know, but I just these guys are the guts guys. And then in the end, JaVale's just shocking me with his rim protection and his shot bothering, not just blocking, but shot bothering. So I want JaVale because JaVale runs the court like a demon, man. He gets out and sprints.
But a lot of times, Skip, they go to these small lineups.
Okay, but I still want him in there. I just still want him in there. It doesn't bother me a bit.
Even if they got a 6'9" guy?
You know, it just doesn't bother me because he's still so active. And again, so I'm leaving off Josh Hart, who I have a lot of respect for, Brandon Ingram, who's a big talent, but I just don't know. If you force me to choose between Kuzma and Brandon Ingram to close, I want Kuzma out there shooting threes.
You got to find out, Skip. I got no problem, but you got to find out if B.I. is going to be there. You got to find out if Kuzma is going to be there. I love Josh Hart, Skip. He plays hard. He'll take big shots. He's fearless also. Well, out of that Villanova, you know how strappy those guys are. They are. So, but the thing is, Skip, it made it easy for Coach Walton because everything was crystallized. There was no Rondo. There was no B.I. So he could trot out a lineup and it's like, okay, go play, guys. But what happens when these guys come back? And you got to be careful. You know, you're stepping on feelings. You're stepping on guys. You look down the bench and want to look at somebody and they're got their lips stuck out. And my grandfather said, I come in my house and I got to step on lips. I ain't going to have it. So Coach Walton, this is what I'm telling you, hey, Luke, that what Bron called him. Bron called him Coach Walton. He said, Coach Walton, you're going to step on a few lips here and there. But that's okay. This is who I want out there. Him, and him, and let's go play.
Coach LeBron.
And tell him. See, if I was Bron, I'd have whispered and Lance said, "Hey, Lance, go tell Coach Walton. I told him to put you in."
You would say that?
Yeah, if I was Bron. See, that's me. I say, "Hey, Lance, go tell Luke." Bron said, "Put me in." Okay.
Do you realize you just completely undercut the man's authority?
A little bit.
Huh? Just a little bit.
Lance got to Skip. The man. Look here. Did you see what Lance was doing in the first half? And he don't play a minute in the fourth quarter.
I told you that yesterday.
I mean, look.
I just sat back in awe of it. No, what are you doing?
I'm joking when I say LeBron should have told Lance, but Luke Walton should know. I mean, he has assistants. Okay, man, Lance gave us 12 points in the first half. What? Lance was balling in the third quarter.
When is Lance not balled?
Yeah, and
the first
you're not gonna let him play a minute in the fourth quarter? I get it. And
you know he's been playing Jonathan Williams, who sort of came from nowhere.
But see, that's the only big they got.
Okay. All right, but Jonathan Williams had that one flash in overtime against the Spurs, remember, at Staples? Yes. And all of a sudden, Luke just fell in love with him. I don't know, Magic fell in love with him. I have no idea, but I've seen enough. He's fine, but he's not these guys.
No. But that's the problem when you only have really one true big, which is JaVale. Okay, JaVale's going to get tired. JaVale's going to get in foul trouble. So who do you go to at the 5? You can't play Kuzma for extended minutes at the 5. You can't play B.I. Man, B.I. need to get on that chicken diet. I mean, he need to be eating whole chickens at a time, Skip. I mean.
Whole chicken.
Yeah. Man, it was raining the other day. He was standing on the clothesline. Not a drop of water on his skin.
Really?
Yeah.
I've heard that somewhere.
Yeah, he did. I mean, come on now, Skip. I mean, he's 3 years deep now. I mean, this time. I mean, Kevin Durant wasn't that. Was Kevin Durant that? I don't know if KD was that skinny, Skip.
Kevin was always skinny strong, though.
But I mean, the dude,
He couldn't, remember, he couldn't bench press like a single rep.
He couldn't do a rep.
Okay.
But he said the ball don't weigh 135. I can put that in the hoop.
Yeah.
I mean, Brandon Ingram had on footies that were tights. He put the footies on, came all the way up his leg. That's how skinny a leg is, Skip.
Well, I agree with
good
that.
sign.
No.
How about their schedule, though? So they host the Mavs.
We'll win the night by 10.
Easy.
Portland
By 10.
Saturday.
10?
And then Sunday,
Yikes.
Toronto.
Yeah,
How you
here
feeling
we go.
about that
Oh,
one?
yeah.
No.
Sunday.
He's got a bad.
Oh, wow.
I think he's resting for
what?
Sunday.
Did you see what Claude did to Ben Simmons? Did you see what he did?
Yeah, he'll be off next game.
Okay.
10 turnovers.
Also Sunday, there's so much to look forward to. Rodgers and Brady. Are the Packers going to pull the upset in Foxborough? We'll get Rob.